5 things I would do if I wanted to lose body fat and keep it off. Are you sick and tired of waking up, looking in the mirror and feeling miserable? Are you sick and tired of not feeling confident? Are you sick and tired of not having any motivation and continuing to make excuses on why you can't lose weight? Well, maybe it's time to stop procrastinating about it and start doing something about it. Maybe it's time that you start learning about training, nutrition, fitness, and cardio. And maybe it's time that we start looking at your diet, we start adjusting things, we start making changes in our life. And today I'm going to go over my 5 tips on what you can do to your diet and how you can make it more sustainable for you for the long run to keep the weight off, even lose the weight, keep it off, and build some muscle and strength, guys. Number 1, stop drinking sugar sodas. As they have next to no nutritional value, they are very high in sugar and simple carbohydrates. They are very easy to consume, but the calories add up extremely fast. Examples, 1 600 milliliter of soda has roughly 260 to 280 calories and 60 to 70 grams of carbohydrates. If you're drinking your calories in soda, it makes it a lot harder to stay in a calorie deficit. So guys, if you're drinking a lot of sugar soda, maybe it's time that you start making some different alternatives. Maybe look at sugar-free cordial, sugar-free soda. You know, it's got barely 0 calories basically, and you save a lot of calories. Don't drink your calories, guys. It makes it a lot harder to stay in a caloric deficit and to lose the weight. Number 2, stop eating items with more fat, sugar, and carbohydrates than protein. Examples, chips, cakes, donuts, chocolates, ice cream, biscuits, and cookies. Remember, if you buy these items in your house and they're easily accessible, and then you start eating one and then you eat 20, you know that they're a trigger food for you, right? So if you have one, then you eat 20 of them, you know that they're a trigger food. That way it's going to make it very hard to stay in a calorie deficit. So best to not buy them at all. Or if you do crave something, maybe walk to the shop and get a single serving of it, you know. Or if you have like friends or family that you live with and they eat a lot of rubbish, maybe tell them to put it in a bag in the cupboard where it's out of sight, out of mind, and then you don't really think about it as much. Or you hide it away in the shelves somewhere. Just some little tips like that to help you stop the cravings, stop you from eating rubbish, and maybe, you know, start losing some weight. Number 3, stop purchasing frozen meals that are loaded with fat and carbohydrates. Examples like frozen pizzas, frozen pasta bags, frozen lasagnas, breaded chicken, breaded fish, and battered chips. If you're eating a lot of frozen stuff from the frozen section, guys, that's loaded in carbs and fat, generally it's going to be make it a lot harder to stay in a caloric deficit. Maybe have a look at some different alternatives. Maybe look for high protein frozen meals instead of the high fat and carbohydrate ones. Maybe start looking at some different alternatives. Maybe start learning how to make these from scratch, half the calories and double the protein. And we're going to go over that, guys, a bit later. I'm going to be able to talk to you guys about what I do and how I can eat generally, you know, amazing food year round and still stay relatively lean. Number 4, start doing daily cardio. I'd recommend at least a minimum of 150 minutes of zone 2 cardio per week. If you are confident you can do more, then increase. Start with 20 to 30 minutes of walking per day and increase 10% each week until you get to 40 minutes, then 50 minutes, then eventually 10K steps per day. Also, guys, you can use like a smartwatch, smartphone, or you can get the new rings. They also help you track your steps, guys. Really, really handy when you're trying to get up to that 10K steps per day. Once you hit 10K steps per day, keep it consistent, guys. There's so many health benefits to walking 10K steps per day. I do it every single day, guys, and I keep it consistent. And it also helps you to burn excess calories. It helps you to stay in a calorie deficit, and it's just amazing for overall health. Number 5, start lifting weights. Focus on correct form and heavy compound movements, because building muscle on the body is going to help you burn more calories at rest. Lean pound of muscle you have in your body will burn around 8 calories per 24 hours. So every 10 pounds of muscle that you build on your body, you'll burn around 80 calories extra. And it also increases your metabolism, guys, because they require energy to contract and relax. What I recommend is hypertrophy training. Start by doing working sets close to failure or 1 rep from failure. 12 to 20 working sets is generally enough. And what is a working set, guys? People ask me, what is a working set? Put a timer on for 40 seconds. Just so that your 1 rep max is 100 kilos, do 75 or 80% of that. So 75 to 80 kilos of your 1 rep max. do 40 seconds, 8 to 12 repetitions, and go to complete failure. So by the time you get to that 40 seconds, you should be absolutely spent, guys. Your arms should be about giving out. You should be really pushing with the intensity, and that's how you put stimulus into your muscle. Also, by having the protein, the sleep, the recovery is also going to help, guys, also to help build that muscle and strength over time. It just takes a long time to build muscle, guys. Don't expect it to happen overnight, but, start working on it today. Don't start next month. Remember, I'm not saying you can't eat these foods. There are always healthier alternatives to all these items. If you're willing to put the time and energy into learning about nutrition, your diet doesn't have to be boring. But you will have to learn how to make these items from scratch at home for healthier, high-protein homemade options. So, if you want to make it yourself at home, you can lower the calories and double the protein and everything. It tastes amazing, and you can still eat all your favorite foods year-round and still be in a caloric deficit as long as you're tracking and you're doing the right things. You're tracking your cardio, you're tracking your weight training, you're tracking your progressive overload, you're tracking your calories. And if you need help with this, guys, drop me a like, drop me a follow, as I'll be dropping out daily videos for you guys explaining nutrition, dieting, training. And if you need help with, one-to-one, let me know. I do a 28-day program for you guys, training videos, diet videos. We got everything in there. We got custom workout plans, custom meal plans. We do everything for you guys. And if you want to know more about that, just drop me a DM. Happy to help you guys.